I've got the old VVT solenoid here. That was the last thing we took off, when we finished up removing everything. So what I'm going to do, I've got a screwdriver here, and I'm going to try to get in here and just pop this gasket out, because this is going to get replaced with a new one. And if I haven't mentioned this before, I'm going to put a link to all these parts in the description. So be sure to check those out if you're looking for what I'm using here. Tools included. So there's the old one. I've got the new one here. And that's just going to go in place of the old one. And that is definitely not smashed like that other one was. Really bad. So yeah, the other one was leaking pretty decent. So go ahead and put this back on. There's 3 bolts. One here, one here, one here, that I had to remove. They were 10mm head, and if you remember, they were on there super tight. So I'm not sure if that's been a problem, leaking, and somebody got in there and cleaned, tightened that up, and then that wasn't the problem. But you can see how clean that is. It's been leaking right there. A little bit of oil left in there, but we'll clean this up real good. Go ahead and put this back on. Here's the bolts I'm going to use. Some of mine had blue paint on the end of them. I'm not sure if yours will, but that's what we need. That's what they look like. I put the hardware in these containers, individual containers, and I went ahead and placed them where they go so I didn't forget, because this is not the same day, but close enough. So make sure our gasket's in place and everything really well. And it looks like these sleeves that they have on the valve body help you align it onto the head. So that's kind of nice. So there's 2 in the back, 1 up front, 10mm deep well socket on the air ratchet. And I'm just going to run these up and then I'll torque them down. I'm going to go put this old valve cover in the parts washer. This is for the, the rear, we'll call it, closest to the firewall. And this one came off. It's a lot cleaner, it looks like, on the inside, at least on this side here, than the other valve cover. But I've got a little parts washer in there, and I'm going to see if I can get this thing cleaned up a little bit to get this crunchy stuff off of here. You can see how it's just scraping off. I'm going to get this old gasket off of here, and there's a little tab right here. Looks like you could be able to maybe dig up in there or use a pair of pliers to pull that old one off. I don't know. Looks like maybe get down in there and pry at it a little bit. It definitely wasn't coming out of there. There we go. Yeah, you can see it's all cracked up. Alright, I'll get this old one out of here. We also need to go ahead and knock out these seals as they go around the spark plug or the coil packs. So I'm just gonna see if we can drive them out of there. I'm not sure if I just poked through the rubber. I have all new ones now. Yeah, it looks like we just poked through the rubber. Let's try one of these out. This is a little crowbar with a little rounded part on there. Let's see if I can get underneath there, and just gonna try to drive that metal ring in. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot holding it now. There we go. That worked pretty good. Just bend that little tab in, then I pry it up on it using that crowbar here, like this. That popped it out without any damage to the sealing surface. Perfect. Let's keep going. I'll get the rest of these out, and then we'll get all the gaskets, all the old RTV that was right here, and clean up all this stuff and get ready for the new gaskets. Got the valve cover cleaned up here. Used a little, what do you call it? Super clean in the parts washer. And some of this stuff didn't want to come off, and I wasn't too worried about it. But either way, I've got my new gasket set here, and this is the set that comes with all the extra, seals for the coil packs and the bolts for the valve covers, the seals for that, and obviously the gaskets. So let's go ahead and get this stuff out and start installing the seals into here. That's the gasket for the other side. This was the one we need right here with this hump in there. So let's go ahead and we'll get this. Well, we'll hold off on that. Yeah, we'll hold off on that. So looks like we've got 6 of these, which is what we need. We'll pull 3 of them out, and it appears that they go in like that. Yes, because of the way it's made with this relief, that should press right down into there. So let's go ahead and we'll tap them in with the hammer and see if we can get them to kind of seat down in there. Looks like they're going in there just fine. Yeah, that'll work. Oop, that one fell out. So let's go ahead and get the rest of these in here. Got these seals just, softly driven in there, and they're all, the lip is even all the way around, so that'll make a nice seal, and they're nice and pliable. Those other ones were in rough shape. So we'll go ahead and get this new valve cover gasket. The whole reason really why we're here. Looks like that's going to fit perfectly right around there, and this sets a whole lot higher than the old one did. The old one was completely smashed, and the motor has 250,000 miles on it, so I guess it was time. There we go. So that's all in there. So it looks like, I think, to me, this is ready to install. I'm going to go ahead and replace these, whatever you call these, grommets, washers, gaskets. I tried it a couple of different ways, and it seemed to me cutting the old ones off with these pair of end cutters seemed to, or these are actually crimping pliers, but it's what I had in the toolbox over there. Seems like if you get through it all the way and then you take your pliers, rip it the rest away and get it off, that'll get the rubber part off for you, and that's what you want. And then this washer can go ahead and come off. So that's the kind of the idea behind. And then you want to go ahead and clean this gunk up off of here, because that's just going to make your new stuff all dirty. So I'm going to go through and do all these, and then we'll go ahead and get that valve cover ready to go. Oh, and then to put the new one on after you've got that cleaned up, you'll go ahead and push it on, and these new ones are nice and pliable, so they kind of bend and flex, and that's it. That's on there now, so that'll make it nice and tight and oil leak free. We've got the valve cover here. Went ahead and got these new bolts set up right there, or the new grommet set up right there. The rest of my hardware to hold the coil packs down and all that good stuff. So I went around, or I'm gonna go around, and since I pulled this cover off, I want to clean up this gasket mating surface right here that goes all around the head. You can see I'm getting all that gunk off of there. So I'm just going to go around, and we all know these are for the plenum, right, the center. So we'll set those to the side, out of the way. But I am going to leave the rag in place just so nothing falls down in there. And then, like I said, I'm just going to go around here. I might use a little brake parts cleaner on my rag and get all this cleaned up. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little of this black RTV. This tube isn't that old. You want to make sure you use a fairly new tube, but you can see it's nice and RTV-ish. And I'm gonna put it in these corners right here. That was recommended by quite a few people I talked to about this project. And there's another corner in the back here on the other side of the hump. Put some right down in there. Find me a rag to wipe my finger off with, and there you go. So that's in, and I'll just mind, you know, I don't want to smash all that mess, but that's where it's going to end up helping to seal, is right in these two corners right here. Evidently the top doesn't need it, so either way. Let's see if we can get this valve cover back in here the way it came out yesterday. And again, I don't have a technique or a precise way for it to come out. I just wiggled and jiggled, and then it finally just kind of sat right down in there just like that. So yeah, glad I had that RTV in place, because that's it, that's down. Just when you get your valve cover in place, you'll want to make sure that you have the little seals in the back. You want to make sure, especially, you can kind of see them in the front, but they'll get caught up on the little tubes that stick out that the spark plugs, the coil packs slide down into. So what I was running into was, when this was pushed up like that, this wouldn't allow the spark plug, you know, it was like pushed out like that. It wasn't allowing it to go in there. So just keep that in mind. What I did was I ran my fingernail around, and you could actually see the tube sticking out like that, or feel it, I'm sorry, instead of seeing it. But you could actually push that around with your finger by picking up the valve cover a little bit and making sure it gets around there. But make sure you do that before you go tightening everything down. I'm gonna go ahead and put these bolts in, all 5 of them, and torque them down. Just going to get them started by hand, and then those are 10 millimeter heads. So I've got an extension and a deep well here, and that seems to work pretty good to get my finger on there to make sure they are engaged before I go putting them in with a ratchet or something and causing problems. So these short ones go up front here, and you'd kind of figure it out if you tried to put the long ones in there. That would not work. So here, I'll show you. So if you tried to put the long ones, that's what it would end up looking like. So it's kind of straightforward, but you know, it's worth mentioning. Went ahead and torqued these down, kind of starting in the middle, working my way out. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's how I did it. So the next thing I need to do is go ahead and get the coil packs installed back behind here in those holes that we installed those new seals in. And these are the connectors I need to hook up to each one of those. And then we can go ahead and hook up our wiring harness and stuff like that. So I'll just put one in here. I'll start all the way back here. And looks like that went in there just perfect, and it should set all the way down. And then what we'll need to do is get our bolts that we removed, which were these bolts, 6 millimeter Allen head. So get one of those out, close that up so I don't throw everything everywhere, and then we'll get our bolts started by hand again so we don't have any problems. So I'm just twisting it around in the boot that it's in, you know, in the seal that we installed. And then we'll need our 6 millimeter Allen wrench again. 6 millimeter Allen wrench. And we'll run it down as far as we can by hand and then put that in there. I'm sure there's better ways to get this thing tightened up. I don't have much metric Allen stuff. I guess I should go get some, huh? If I'm gonna be working on stuff like this. Alright, got that tightened up, and we can go ahead and plug in our connector. until it clicks, just like that. And we've probably got a couple bolts we need to put into this to hold it down. We'll go ahead and put the other two in back there and plug them in. Just going through everything, I went ahead and plugged in all of my coil packs back here, double checking those, make sure I got them all in there. Oh, and I keep knocking this thing off right here. Went ahead and plugged in these two connectors that were in there. There's two 10mm bolts that hold this whole harness down onto the valve cover, so I went ahead and got those installed. And we're going to go ahead and move up to the front valve cover now. Got the front valve cover cleaned up mostly. Got some paint kind of missing there, but no big deal. It looks a lot better than it did, but you know, I could get it clean, but it doesn't matter. So I've got my new gasket installed here, and I went ahead and got the new seals here for the plugs in there, and so that's ready to go. So next we're going to go ahead and put this valve cover on to the front. So this one goes on a little bit easier, but not easy definitely not like putting an old 318 valve cover on or something. But what I'm going to do is run that bolt in to kind of hold the valve cover up, and then I've got to go around to each of these little plug towers or whatever you call them and get that rubber boot around them, and that way I don't cut them up or anything bad happen to them. So I'm going to work on that, and when I get them in, I'm going to get you in really close here so I can show you what I'm working on. It's kind of hard for me to show you while I'm in there. So that's what I was talking about. See how you got to have that metal tube, you got to have the rubber lip around the metal tube, and that way the tube can stick out, you know, past all that. So that's what we need it to look like, and I went ahead and put all the bolts in, 5 bolts around here, and we'll go ahead and get our coil packs installed and go ahead and put our oil cap back on. And yeah, so we got a couple bolts to go in here to hold this bracket on. We'll do that after we put the coil packs in, and we'll be ready to do the plenum over there. So I'm gonna get all this tidied up. Oh, well, I guess I can show you how to put these in. Got my coil pack here, and you see we're just gonna slide it down in there and face the connector toward the center of the engine. And this is where these bolts go, back in here like this. And remember, we're going to hand start them. So go ahead and get all these hooked up, and then when we plug in the connector, that's what you're looking for.